Welcome back to This Week in Valorant. It's been all Valorant champions all week, so if you want a hot and heavy dose of what's taking place in the esports scene of the greatest game of all time, I have good news for you. There's plenty to talk about. We're also going to fill out our bracket for the rest of the tournament, talk about updates for Tier 2 and what that means for the scene, and we might even open our night market on the video. It's esports heavy this week, friends. This is what you may have missed this week in Valorant. Let's start with Group A. In reality, Paper Rex were as real as everyone thought they might be. Something has proven his comfort on the stage, and Mindfreak took it personally that I left him out of my top 15 players list. Just take a look at the stats. They dismissed Cinderella's squad crew with relative ease and had somewhat of a harder time with EDG, but they made their way to the playoff stage again. They finished third at Tokyo with a bona fide content creator, and they seem to be on an inevitable path to the finals.
Drops a pop shot, just a warning to let him know what's in play. There it is, right into his face, and the shorty drops him. 73 HP, and he's going in for more. A second, perhaps a third! Something finds it!
Just peek him, bro. His team is, I don't know, man.
Divine a 1v3, and once again, the possibility that they don't know. Trying to find some space down low. He's dropped out onto Melser. Davies is gonna have to get half. He's gonna stick it, he's gonna try to stick. No, he pulls off, and Divine with 3, Paper Rex with 8, and the Red Bull clutch!
Really happy to have this position bolstered.
He's also got the nade, he's got the satchels, that's the first dead. He's swinging around looking for the second and finds it. The third falls too! Nice! One around for Paper Rex. They take split 13-7. The gravity, well, you see him snapping through, and well, that luck may be coming through, unless Mindfreak can do a lot about it, and so far he can. Nags it, having to run for the fences, and there's nowhere else to go. He's trying to find another. Oh, Forsaken with the Odin!
What is going on?
Where was that from?
Just deep down flowers.
Oh, it's a disaster once more. An inevitability. Paper Rex take down another.
And they look absolutely poised to put themselves in contention to challenge Fnatic in this tournament.
And that leads us to the other team emerging from Group A, Edward Gaming. The World Enders and Dream Destroyers continue their trend of delivering nothing but bangers and winning over the world in the process. Kong is the truth that everyone knew that he was, but the rest of EDG have played exceptionally well up until this point. They beat Giants Gaming twice, 2-1 and then 2-0, to make it out of Group A and make it to the playoffs.
This EMEA squad has a chip on their shoulder, but honestly, I don't think EDG gives a damn. This is going to be an excellent matchup.
EDG, they have taken up all that space, and they are not aware of it. Shuts that down with the util out in their hands, and they are putting the squeeze right onto them. Coutinho! How on earth has he done that? That is ridiculous! Nice! Hesitancy, but EDG finally getting into it. Double satchel over the top, right into his face. These timings and a sense of it, they just miss each other still. Players towards screens. Kang give the people what they want. It's the ace and the pistol. Pandemonium at its core, and it's left down to this. Players are done, damage is done. Can they collect the kills? 40 seconds. Slow it down all the way. Arms dropped! And Chichu! It's the back-to-back Red Bull clutches. We are going to overtime. Called them out in the open, and nobody left again to do so much. Surely there's no chance in hell. Seekers pointing into a direction, opens it up. 1v1 into new box, 14 bullets, but still 30 health. And Coutinho finishes the job.
Giants eventually get it done, but it took everything.
Damage is done. Orbital strike though in response, and yeah, that's cleaned up. Still
No time! No time!
Oh my goodness! No way! Day here, another tap, forcing it again, just trying to get these open sightlines and open fights down. Nobody wasn't expecting a third player. Kang in the cage. He reacts in time. Cloud spotted. Does he really go for this? Yes, he does. Kang instantaneous. They don't have showers control. You're going right into the more because Kang is still watching. There's no way. In the smoke with the no scope.
And that's how.
Oh my. We are going to map 3. And EDG, they made him work for it all the way to the finish line. Into the back of the side. Cloud has got so much more to do here. All the way through with the right click. It's Kang Kang.
He just keeps getting overwhelmed.
Takes him out. Operator there. Still sailing. Beautiful flash. Right into it. That doesn't connect onto too many. Holding onto lane. Kang Kang. Look at it. It's cut up the placement entirely. Nuki towards the back. But EDG have done it. It's 13-8 to finish. Hard thought the entire way. But EDG, they move forwards.
EDG have become the princes that were promised, but in their way are some European giants who want to continue to prove the doubters wrong. This matchup has all the makings to be a banger.
Rolling Thunder and Showstopper committed. They're searching for them. And Matthias found them all. That's ridiculous.
They are tagged up as well. They're very tagged up. There's a very real chance of this round falling apart. They can do no wrong with Kankan at the helm. Smoggy up top is going to put it into a 1v2, and this is the man you'd want in that scenario, but both players up above. A flash ready, dodges it! What? Truly unbelievable!
With 11 HP left as well. 13-6 EDG. Chichu, the defuse already halfway. The smoke blinding him, and he might not get a chance. Never mind. They've lined up. 55 HP, barely holding on, but he's found another kill. And now it's just the 1v1, but Cloud comes out on top this time. They now have everything to work with. The information with the Seekers shows them exactly where their opponents are. EDG making history for the region. His team has deserved every accolade earned along the way, and now by far the most successful Chinese roster we've ever seen.
One of the fun things I think about doing predictions like this at the beginning of a tournament is going back to them when it all started and seeing how right I was. So let's take a look. On to the next one, Group B. There were a few questions on whether or not Evil Geniuses would be able to do it again. Can Busio have the same performance, or perhaps an even better one, that he had at Tokyo? Will Demon 1 show up?
So how does it feel being the villain, the new villain of Valorant right now? Is it something you're embracing?
Honestly, I don't give a what you guys say about me. You can call me whatever you want.
Well, that was, yeah, sure. All right, we'll go with that one. Hey, well, you know what, man? Look, we're excited to see what you guys can do in bracket play. I'm actually wondering who you guys want to play in brackets. Is there anyone that you were like, give that to me first round, I want to go at it again?
Well, obviously, if we want to play Fnatic, that's like the only team we want to play. But like, obviously, we can't play in the first round because they'll be the upper seed as well.
Yeah.
But as a second seed, I don't really care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
It's all the same to you?
Just give us Fnatic.
Just give you Fnatic?
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. Give EG Fnatic. That's what they want.
Still sits in his hand.
Oh, what a shot by Demon 1. Another as he follows up, and he's standing strong, baiting Kiwi in for more. 3 quick kills, and EG have put this one to bed.
Yeah. Turns out they're just fine. Evil Geniuses managed to not only make it out of their group without dropping a single map, but they've become the villains everyone seems to love to hate. In and out of the server, they've shown comfort in their own skin, and they 2-0'd FPX and Foot Esports on the way to the playoffs. And you know what? That brings me to a small rant, I think. There's been a lot of discussion about teabagging and shooting bodies and trash talking in esports, and does it belong and does it not belong, and you know, what is it doing to these players' brands? Guys, we gotta remember, it's just video games, man. Like, the trash talking and the moderate amount of disrespect within boundaries is a good thing. It makes the game entertaining. It makes the tournament entertaining. It creates heroes and it creates villains, and that's a good thing. That increases engagement, that increases viewership, that makes it more fun and more interesting to watch. Obviously, there are parameters and there are boundaries around that. When lines are being crossed, that's one thing, but we're nowhere near that, guys. He's just shooting bodies and teabagging in a game. It's just pixels. It's just pixels, and we just work in video games. So let it happen. It's fine. It's entertaining and it's good for the game. Leave it alone. All right, I'm done ranting now. Never mind. I'm not done ranting. I have more thoughts on this. Esports, in its grassroots days, was infinitely worse than what we're seeing now. I very distinctly remember early in the Halo scene, there was a player who was very animated, who was playing. The way that it was set up previously was that you would have two teams playing directly across from each other, right? So it'd be like one team was here facing this way, and then the other team was here facing this way, right? And they'd jaw off at each other, you know, talk trash, all that nonsense. And there was a Halo player who brought a roll of toilet paper. And this is one of the more mild things, okay? This is one of the more mild things. Brought a roll of toilet paper, threw it at a player on the other side, and said, here, you need this because I for you. The teabagging and the body shooting is fine. Let people become villains. Let people become heroes. It's more entertaining that way. Just enjoy the show. Now I'm really done. I think probably not, but you know what? All good. I'm done. Foot esports. Foot esports showed that the rumors about Turkish shame are more than just talk, and they obliterated T1 in their opening affair. It was a shock too because of how good, well, how improved T1 looked after their performance at Tokyo, but it seemed like they went back to their old ways and Foot just pounced all over it. Generally speaking, beating a team in the same tournament 2 times in a row is difficult. Having film, knowing tendencies, learning from mistakes all add up to, regularly speaking, favoring the underdog when it comes to a rematch. That just wasn't the case here. A closer bout the second time, sure, but Foot made it out of their group with another 2-0 win over T1. Group C included world favorites Fnatic, pushing for the very first triple crown in Valorant history. Their form still seems like head and shoulders above the rest of the field, and in their opening match, they gave us one of the most memorable, and in my opinion, one of the best moments in Valorant history. Take a look.
Are you guys cheering for an ace? There's only been 2 kills!
Divide the 4th and the 5th! The faithful shall be rewarded! Fnatic take down Zeta!
What a way to end it! It's Durkin time!
Fnatic came out of the gates with a blistering pace, and the only real question left might be, who's in the running for second place? Yes. The second half of Group C. What a wild, wild ride this was.
Hello, Doomros from Navi Gaming here. I just wanted to ask Ardis, I see a rivalry going between the duelist player in Bilibili Gaming and you. Could you talk a little bit about that? Thank you.
Yeah, he's super strong.
Who is a duelist?
He's a super strong duelist, and like,
what is his name?
He's a strong duelist. Like,
question is not to you, Nuki. Eh?
Yeah, Nuki, bro.
I mean, I'm trying to get educated too. Who?
Like the duelist of the team of Billy Gaming, bro.
Yeah.
Knight is a strong player, bro. Might be Jose, mate. But listen, this is a good team, bro. We're not underestimating anyone.
Champions fields more than one Chinese team for the first time in Valorant history. EDG popped off in Tokyo, yeah, we had the iconic Hong Kong moment. But what about the rest of the region? Could Bilibili Gaming pack the same punch? Yes. Yes, they could. They took down NRG not once, but twice. Their pace of play kept the North American heavyweights on the back foot, and in both series, it felt like they were never really able to get their legs under them. Bilibili shocked, and I mean shocked, the world. And honestly, put them on notice too. The alert says, China is coming.
Billy, claiming map 1. as he can check the flank. It's fine. No, excuse me, hello. He does some good chip damage, but they're gonna need more. YZ. Oh, my heart is breaking. He's gonna get them all. Are you okay? Carve it into the scoreboard. Unless Crashies goes huge. He's desperately trying, and he's absolutely succeeding.
My word.
When NRG need it most, Crashies is there.
What did I say? I promise I win. I said it, bro.
It's a trap. Stop, it's a trap. Turn, left to flash the paranoia. Oh, it's devastating. Billy bait them in perfectly. The true upset of the day. The upset of the event so far. Billy besting NRG.
All right, let's talk about Group D. Group D was initially thought to be the group of death. Na'Vi, Liquid, Loud, and DRX. Any of those teams could make a deep run in the tournament, but recent events had people thinking if it was actually the group of disappointment instead. Loud bombed out of Tokyo in a hideous way. They didn't win a single map. DRX roster management had been abysmal. Do you go with Zest? Do you go with Foxy9? What's the hotter hand? Why are you changing it mid-tournament? Na'Vi had just barely scraped their way into the tournament. Liquid seemed like the safest bet of that entire group. And the only real question was, which of the other three would survive and honestly, in some ways, stumble their way into the playoffs? Naturally, Liquid played close matches, but failed to win a single series. The safe hand, or well, what was supposed to be the safe hand, was the first one out. Meanwhile, the other three gave us some of the best matches Valorant has ever seen.
Make it 4! You cannot make this up, man. 20 seconds left. Cosmic Divide obfuscating, hiding, all Qs! That's a two-piece! An instant response with the overdrive, he can't quite hit it! It's all CNET. Lock on, he hears the jump out. It fades away, forces it to a 1v1! And Sugetsu, an absolute menace! Yappy falls. Well, down, that is just sublime. And Na'Vi move forward.
I think it's going to be the most unpredictable group that we have here at Champions Los Angeles.
DRX off the bat said that they would be playing with Zest, and the talented youngster Foxy9 would be sitting on the bench. Their opening match against Loud went all 3 maps, and they sent the reigning world champions down to the lower bracket Gulag to fight for their lives.
First one, he's gonna he doesn't let them pass, drags him back down! Stunning from Buzz! Not gonna be so easy, Les needs to be careful. Sadak will seal it, now Buzz with it all to do, a 1v2 now after a 1v3, quickly tries to get ahead to Sadak. Not gonna happen. Loud, make the most of this, doing very well in OT. Taking themselves to 15, taking map 1. Zest eats the flash, but how is he alive? How is he alive? How is he still standing? Buzz still get another chance at this one. The smoke keeping them safe, but it's Aspas to walk on in, and Buzz obliterates all of them. They have no idea where he currently resides, so they consider the smoke. They certainly do.
No way.
They still go. Marco! We're going the distance.
13-6 here on Split, Lauren.
Aspas wanted more towards Heaven, and Zest with 3! The triple, the 4! Zest! Poundzine does damage towards Stacks. Can he control towards Heaven? The pressure coming in from short. Dash taken, isolates the first. Now down to Galaxy, and he can't deal with Buzz. Nice. Shock Dart does connect, but RB trying to play it out quietly in the corner, and RB strikes again. 3 bullets to seal it. DRX, god-tier performance.
And RB the hero again for DRX
If it was
in the
anyone else.
final round of this series. Another 3K from him.
The second series was somehow even closer than the first. DRX and Na'Vi clashed in what was the second 3-map series for DRX, but the crazy thing is, this one included 2 overtime maps. Na'Vi looked like the truth, but the series delivered in every way you could possibly fathom. DRX emerged on top when the dust settled, and they moved on to the playoff stage.
Unless Zest can make something happen, and he's already gotten 2 big ones. Seekers invested, Zest with 3, Zipon left alone. Swings back around, Sugetsu cleans him up. You see the defenses for DRX scrambling, but Stacks with 2, trying to right the ship, trying to bring him back. There's Orbital Strike, Stacks cleans him up, and DRX somehow claw their way back into the map and take a 1-0 lead. Into the weapon, the paranoia is there, Buzz waiting to go, and there he goes! CNET plucks him out of the sky! Oh, unless Buzz gets ahead of it. That's exactly what he does! He just buys time and he wins the round! Nice! Buzz finds space, and now he's got the showstopper, but CNET stops it! CNET's gonna win this round by himself, come hell or high water. We're going the distance, we're going to Lotus. But how much more can they do? Can Na'Vi break their way through what they have? No, they cannot. What a hold. DRX surrounded. They've already gotten it to half. It's got to be a swing from Xiao, and it delivers. They have the Haunt there, too, to provide some cover to get some info, and there's really nothing that they can do. They're going to have to flood behind the flash. Stax has already gotten it, but Mako with the 3K. DRX for playoffs bound.
In the blink of an eye, Doug, the match is over.
Meanwhile, we have to check in with Loud again. Their opening match looked better, but people still had him dead in the water. The fall from grace looked both dire and incomplete at the same time. 3 international losses in a row. Was the project doomed? Was it over?
Hey, Sadak, quick question for you, man. You guys have lost 3 series in a row. You're on the verge of back-to-back tournament eliminations without winning a series. That's a pretty gruesome picture I've just painted. What needs to look different today?
I think our minds are better. I think we prepare a lot better for this encounter. So yeah, we're gonna give it our all and have fun.
Best of luck to you today, man.
Thank you.
With their backs against the ropes, Loud went on a run that topped viewership for the entire tournament up until this point. If you were to go back and watch a series, any series of the entire tournament, allow me to recommend Loud vs Na'Vi with playoffs on the line. It felt like a grand final. The crowd was electric, and it was a matchup deserving of 5 maps instead of 3. Loud kept themselves alive, but seriously, just go watch the series.
Rest of Loud towards A. Aspas is already out on site. He's going to have to turn that flash. They know where he is. Epic cleans him up, and it's once again a slaughter. Les is going to do it on his own, isn't he? Meanwhile, Aspas joining in on it. Les with 2 on the round, the 3rd around the wall, and yet again, Na'Vi crumbles.
I'm looking for the timing of these no commands and the lockdown. Sadak up close. He might have just ended the round right here without using anything. Look at him go.
Sadak with 4. To bind, but Angel pushing forward, walking into his death as Les snaps onto 3, and the Loud crowd goes nuts. Na'Vi have gotten 2, but the hard work still left to do. 2Es with 3. Onus on Loud to reestablish control. The nade to provide some cover, and they double swing into it. Aspas saves it. The best target they possibly could. And CNET scaling forward. He's taken over the site. He's taken over the round.
Nice, guys. Insane. Good entry.
He ulted into the smoke.
With the judge. Les still trying to hold him back as Les gets 2. Xiao left alone as Les gets 3. The lead again for Loud. We've had the thrill in Manila. The rumble in the jungle. The slugfest in the shrine goes the way of Loud.
And that sets the stage for what's likely the best playoff bracket I think we've ever had on the international stage. The matchups right off the bat are mad. Fnatic versus Loud, they gave us the best grand final we've ever had in Valorant history. Evil Geniuses in EDG, the chirping from EG about how Chinese teams just can't hang and they don't belong, all that stuff. I mean, this is a freaking banger of a setup. And I thought, well, let's just do our pick'ems for the video. So with that said, Fnatic, Loud, starting things off. Loud look good. I don't think they're that good yet. I am not fully convinced of their comeback run. They look good, way better than they did at Tokyo, but I still think there's more work to be done, and there's no way that you beat Fnatic in the form that they're in. PaperX Foot Esports, I believe in Turkish aim. I think they're cracked. I think PaperX clear. It's just way too fast of a style of gameplay. There's no way you stand up against something when Devi is playing the way that he is, when Jing and Forsaken are, it's just too much. It's too much. It's oppressive, it's overwhelming, and there's no way you stand. DRX and Billy. I think Billy are fun. I think there's a lot more to come about for them. The upside potential that they have is mad, but I think DRX look too good right now. I think the Zest project is working. They seem to be confident in the roster that they're running right now. I like DRX here. And then lastly, Evil Geniuses and Edward Gaming. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. If Kong's going to take over late in games, if nobody in Smoggy are going to pop off the way they have, how do you bet against them? But then you think about the other side and you think they have Busio, who's the best performing IGL. They've got Demon 1. Ethan is... I mean, Ethan might be the best initiator left. There's a lot on the Evil Geniuses side too. I think ultimately EG make it through. Loud and Foot. Loud and Foot. Yeah, Loud clear here. Billy and Edward Gaming, it's a rematch, and I think we saw this a couple times domestically. Not Evil Geniuses. Edward Gaming are just too far advanced beyond Billy right now. There's no way you can really stand against that. Fnatic and Paper X. This could be a preview of the grand finals. This very well could be a preview of the grand finals, in my opinion. I think the benefit for Paper X is that they're likely going to lose this match, and they're going to learn a lot from it. DRX and Evil Geniuses. Dealing with Edward Gaming's playstyle is one thing for EG, but the DRX style is way more of what they're used to. I think Evil Genius is clear here. Leaving DRX, Loud, and then Paper X and Edward Gaming. I'm going to start with the bottom first. I'm telling you guys, I think Paper X are destined. They're destined to compete for the trophy. I mean, they're pushing for a chip. I don't know that Edward Gaming can stop them. I don't think they're there yet. It's going to be electric. It's going to be a freaking banger of a series, but I don't think they can do it. I got Paper X here. And then DRX Loud. I think Loud continues to put together a really impressive run after losing to Fnatic, after losing their opening match in the tournament. They look so much better. Les looks much more comfortable in the different role that he's playing right now, with less of a focus on calling and things of that nature. I think DRX clear here, or excuse me, Loud clear here, but I think ultimately Paper X beats them both, so it doesn't really matter. Fnatic, Evil Geniuses. Fnatic walk away with this. Evil Geniuses will put up a really good fight, but they'll ultimately crumble. When you've got Leo and Chronicle and Dirt, I mean, that whole roster that you think about, it's just stacked upon stacked upon stacked. It's truly the super team that can't be beat. So Fnatic punch your ticket to the grand final. They'll do so, dropping a map to Evil Geniuses. And then one to Paper X as well. And then lower final. This is actually going to be a really good one. I think, remember they played in the lower final in Tokyo last month, 2 months ago, recently. Evil Geniuses walked away with it, but that was Paper X with cigarettes. And not with Something. I think Something gets the best of them. Evil Geniuses gets third. Fnatic, triple crown on the line. Paper X trying to walk away with hardware for what feels like it's been a long time, and they're probably due for it at this point, but I think Fnatic are just too good. I think they're too good. And they're not losing. They're not losing a single series. They'll drop a couple of maps, but they're not losing a series. Yeah, that's my bracket. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you disagree or agree or whatever other thoughts you guys may have in the comments below. All right, let's move on to less of a serious note, if you will. If you're in town for Champions this month, or really over the next 2 weeks, there's a lot more than just gameplay going on. Valorant has decided that they're going to take over Los Angeles, and there are pop-ups happening all over the place. I missed the first one, unfortunately, but there's still so much going on. Everything from Sawtell with a giant robot to something going on in K-Town, all the way back to downtown. There's something for everyone. I don't know what the plans are specifically for scheduling as far as when the show's going on versus when it's not, but I'm gonna try to hit all three of these, and honestly, I recommend you do the same. I saw some pictures from the very first one, and it looked like so much fun. I'm genuinely really bummed that I miss it, and I am gonna try to make an appearance at all of the ones that remain. Obviously, it culminates with the biggest, most special day, the grand finals. There's going to be a full fan fest, so if you have tickets, come check it out. It's going to be so much fun, and I would love to see you there. Speaking of which, if you are in town for Champs and you see me at the venue or at one of these events, say hi. I'd love to meet all of you guys. The crowd and the fans have been so good. about asking for pictures and asking for signatures, and just like, you guys have been awesome. You guys have been so much freaking fun. And I'd love to be able to meet you guys more throughout the rest of the event at the pop-ups or in the venue itself. All right, up next, one of the most wonderful times in the Valorant year. Every so often, Riot Games puts out something called the Night Market. Now, if you've been playing Valorant for a long time, or if you're relatively new to it, you know that people buy, you can buy skins for guns, any sort of gun. They're often different themed. They have a bunch of really cool effects on it. They look really, really dope. So what the Night Market is every now and then they personalize a market just for you. And what they do is they put everything on a discounted rate so that you can go ahead and buy them in case you miss them or anything like that. And I thought, well, you know what? It could be a lot of fun to open my Night Market for this video. I haven't opened it yet. I have no idea what's on the other side. So let's open it together. Yeah? What do you guys say? Ends in 13 days. This is on everyone's client, by the way. So if you want to go do it, you can go check it out right now. It's on your client. You just click on that little box right up here, and then it will take you to this screen, and you open each of your skins, and then you can choose to buy them or not. You'll see they come in different colors. That has to do with different rarity and stuff. There's a blue and a gold as well, and I didn't get either of those, which means this Night Market's probably going to suck, but you know what? All good. The Undercity Classic is actually kind of nice. That's actually quite nice. I like that. I like that a lot. And you see here the original rate is 1775. It's discounted for 1261. Second one. Ooh, the Ion Sheriff is automatic headshots. I mean, guaranteed to be automatic headshots. It's proven. It's scientifically proven. Dang it, I'm gonna have to buy that too, aren't I? I have the money for it too. No. Chill, Doug. Chill. Nebula Ares, I'm not even gonna, I mean, I'll show you guys, but this. Yeah, I don't really care. Okay, that's a Nebula Ares. The Tiger's Phantom, also nice. Very clean. It's very cheap too. It's only 740 credits. Very cheap. Very cheap. Very cheap. Oh, the Wasteland Sheriff is nice too. Guys, I didn't think I would care about buying a single one of these skins. I'm not gonna lie to you. But low-key, the Ion Sheriff is nice. The Wasteland Sheriff is nice too. All right, last one. And then get me out of here before I go bankrupt. Perfect. The Sakura Ares, very pretty to look at. Not enough for me to care to buy it. There you go. So that's what it is. Let me know what you guys got in your Night Markets. Do you have anything dope, or if you think I should cop the Ion Sheriff or the Wasteland Sheriff, because they're the only two I really care about. Let me know. Right now I use the Nebula Sheriff, which is nice, but I mean the Ion Sheriff just clears. It just clears. Well, it was a lengthier one. At least I think it'll be lengthier when all is edited and said and done. But that does it for this week in Valorant. As always, if you have any feedback or thoughts, please let me know. Drop them in the comments. If you like the content, you know, the subscribing, the retweeting, the liking, the commenting, all the stuff, right? All that stuff. But genuinely, let me know what you guys think about the episode. For the next episode, I'm hoping to do something a little special. Let that be a teaser to get you all hot and bothered for the next episode. But again, that does it for this one. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of This Week in Valorant.